The pen is mightier than the sword, like a beautiful poet knows how to write very beautiful metaphors that makes them stick out. With this pen, it tells you a lot about yourself as an individual and your creativity and your way you get across with people in society. You write a letter with intention, you get a point across. You write a poem with vigor, you get a point across. You write things for people to analyze. You make them understand what you're trying to say. Sometimes when you write a script, people are trying to assume things, but they're still thinking about what you're writing with this pen. But if you have like a sword or something of physical nature trying to kill or inflict major pain on somebody, they already know what you're trying to do, and they could easily combat that with their defensive mechanisms. So when they say the pen is mightier than the sword, it is mightier than the sword because you're projecting information on a sheet of paper and you're making people understand what you're trying to say, and you're going to have people react with tender loving care, with very upset emotions, or whatever their feelings are towards what you're writing. So you're not always going to get people who like what you're doing, or you're not always going to get people who agree with what you're doing. But that's the whole objective of writing and doing things in society. The pen is mightier than the sword. Remember that. The pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. This pen is mightier than the sword. And that's the way it always will be. No one in history has explained to me, as a person of intellectual being, that they can hurt me with a sword rather than a pen. With the sword, I know they could hurt me, but I can always do other things to hurt them back. But with this, I could do many other things because it's mightier than this. And then the writings stick into your brain a little bit longer than you trying to kill somebody with a sword. You understand the difference? Because I'm going to inject it. You see how this is going? Into your head. Because the pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. Remember that. Thank you so much. Be creative.